How's it going, YouTube? It is Jack from Cut Crew Limited. Now, I'm doing this video and I wish that I wasn't. Now, everybody knows that social media can be brilliant for picking up work, Facebook groups, all of that good stuff, but it can also be extremely bad. Social media is one of those places where people feel safe to say what they want, how they want, and sometimes you don't get two sides of the story. Now, you're probably wondering what I'm getting at. Well, let's tell you what's happened. So last Friday night, there's a community football group for Milton Keynes. This post was posted by a company called MK Sport. Now, as you can see, it basically says that a well-known contractor in Milton Keynes is producing work like this to potentially over 4,000 people, which in itself, in my opinion, is a little bit below the belt, but obviously two sides to the story. Let's explain the circumstances. Firstly, I just want to apologise for not having any behind the blades out. We've been mega busy and I managed to actually grab a holiday, come back to 2 vehicles down, a machine down and all of that good stuff. All of the stuff that we would expect to come back to after being on holiday. But in our last episode of Behind the Blade, we featured this site where we had some unauthorised campers. Now, what I failed to mention in that video is after the unauthorised campers had been on this site, me and the team, free of charge, came and cleared it of all litter. Just because the client had other things to worry about, such as making the site safe again and all of that good stuff. So we actually cleared, I think it was nearly 10 massive bags of litter from this site free of charge. Anyway, of course, the unauthorised campers got evicted, but of course they came back. So why am I telling you all of this? Well, let me just show you. Now, what that person failed to mention on the Facebook post is we had 6 caravans parked on this square. 6 caravans. They had barbecues, fires, absolutely covered in litter. And yeah, this is now what it looks like. Which is a totally different story to how it looks here, which is the week or the days prior to the unauthorised camper. But what they also failed to show on that Facebook post is this. Is this the rest of the site, which in my opinion, for the budget of a council, this is a grassroots pitch, is absolutely immaculate in my opinion. All of the lines have been roboted. It's nice and tidy. All of the dog mess has been cleared off the field, and me and the team have worked to the budget of the client to give them the best possible outcome that they can with the money that they have. So let me give you a little bit of a backstory. The person that's posted, oh, hello gal. Right, so the person that's posted this post, I've never met them. I've met several other contractors throughout Milton Keynes. We all get on. We actually tend to stay out of each other's way to the point where I've been to quotes and there's someone, I am going to name drop in this. I don't normally name drop, but I'm going to do it because I think it's good for Milton Keynes as a whole. We all get along to the point of we may not have met each other, but we understand what it's like to be a business owner. And what I mean by that, I have been to quotes, say by SGS, Sports Ground Services, Richard Bryce. I've turned up, the customer's saying, we're paying this, we think it's too much, blah, blah, blah. And I've walked around the site with the clients and I've said, to be honest with you, I think you need to communicate with Richard. Richard's good at what he does. Have that conversation with him. If you don't get anywhere, let me know. And I've never heard back from that client. That is absolutely fine. I'm not out here to just take work off of people. There's enough work in the area for everyone. We've all got relationships with our clients. I'm not one just to come along and take the work. Again, it could be the same with other people such as Jesse Bowen from TGM, or other people, other players like that. I've done it in the past. I won't step directly on people's toes. Don't get me wrong, if it's a national company, then I'm all for it. And don't get me wrong, if I turn up to the site and it is an absolute mess, and I can tell that the client isn't getting the service that you pay for, then we will quote it and we will go for it. However, if I walk around and go, it's not that bad, because I understand the stresses of running a business, then I am not one to push and hunt for the work, is what I'm saying. So going back to the story, I've gone on a massive rant there. I've never met this bloke. I've never actually walked around any of his sites, never took any work off of him that we know of. I've not heard his name. And this post has just been posted on Facebook. Now, it wouldn't bother me if that was the work we produced. However, it's 2 or 3 weeks since there was nearly, 7 or 8 caravans on there, twice within the space of 3 or 4 weeks. It's going to cause a mess. We've gone back to the client and said, this is what the Cricket Square needs. Everyone knows it's end of season, and they've said we're going to have to wait for next year's budget. That is the reason why that is not totally immaculate right now. It's all down to money. If you're going to pick out flaws in our work, I absolutely don't mind. I don't mind at all. But what you have to bear in mind is every single site has a budget. There is so much we can do. We could make this site absolutely immaculate, but it would be out of our own pockets. So basically what I'm saying is, if you look at a site and think that is absolutely awful, if you don't have the experience within the commercial contracts to look at that and understand, okay, well, everything else is immaculate, but the hedges are really bad. Why is that? Maybe the client only pays for hedges twice a year. I don't know. But just to out someone that I've never met, never had a conversation with, directly to our target market, I think is a little bit below the belt, especially when you haven't highlighted the backstory. I don't know whether you knew it or not. Now, as I've mentioned, I didn't know who this person was, and I have now spoken to other people and got a good idea. So that post was removed. I don't know whether it was removed by yourself or the admins. However, I have sent you a message. If you want to have a chat about it, then we absolutely can have a chat about it. But it was just a really good sight to see that the clients that we do look after in Milton Keynes all jumped on the post and reassured other potential clients of the quality of our work. But yeah, I don't know how I've ruffled your feathers. I don't know when I ruffled your feathers. But again, my door is always open. My phone's always switched on. If you want to have a conversation about it, I'm more than happy. I get on with other people in the industry, in the area. I think we all, we can all work together and help each other. And what I mean by that is Milton Keynes. And what I mean by that is there is plenty of work for everyone to get on with, not needing to do things like that. Let me know what your thoughts on the situation are. I hope everyone has a fantastic day, or has had a fantastic day at Groundsfest. We are looking to produce Behind the Blades very soon. It's just been extremely, extremely busy with lots going on. We start to film and something happens that needs my attention. I hope everyone is well, and I all hope you have the best end of season you possibly can, and we shall see you soon. Really didn't want to make this video. Really didn't. But it is what it is.